to Would I Lie to You, the show that separates fact from fiction. On Lee Mack's team tonight, a presenter who has DJ'd on Rinse FM and Radio 1, which means our viewers will know her from when their children have changed the station on the radio. It's Maya Jama! And a TV doctor who's presented some of the most thrilling medical television since I watched the video of my own colonoscopy. It's Dr. Xand van Tulleken. And on David Mitchell's team tonight, an actor and comedian who says she turns up late for everything. It's true, she was meant to be on last week's show. It's Roisin Conaty. And a radio presenter whose dad and uncle were both in Spandau Ballet. No matter what else he says tonight, I know that much is true. It's Kemp. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Maya is first tonight.
Every morning, I wash my face with sparkling water.
Oh, right. David's team.
What brand of sparkling water?
To be honest, I don't actually have a brand. I have the machine at home, the bubbler machine. So you just put
a soda stream.
soda streamers.
Right. So do you have this machine in the bathroom?
No, my routine is I wake up, put my little under-eye masks on, go down to the kitchen, bubble my water, come up, wash my face, and then get in the shower.
That's exactly the same as Rob's routine.
Well, I do bubble my water, but I think it means something else.
Why? Why do you do that?
Why do I do it? Well,
what's the point in having fizzy water on your face?
I read once that if you use fizzy, bubbly, sparkly water on your face, it opens up the pores for whatever cleanser or face wash you're going to use, gets in there as really good like that.
We have a medical man, and I don't mean Lee. We've got Xand here. Is there any truth? I've never heard that. Is there truth in that?
It's interesting, Rob. At medical school, there is no lecture on preparing your face for cosmetics with spark. It's like not a thing.
All right, smart Alec. I was elevating you with that question, but if you want to have combat with me for the rest of the night, you are very welcome to it, my friend.
That's quite a complex skin routine. Are you taking the fizzy water away with you? My, travels for work a lot.
Yes.
You travel for work a lot.
What do you do when you're travelling for work?
In every hotel minibar, there is a fizzy water.
She's got us.
So you go to a machine. What do you put the water in to bring it to the sink?
Just like a bottle of water, empty bottle of water or a big mug. Just do a couple scoops.
You see, I would worry that my pores... I mean, my pores might be different, but I would worry that my pores... the sort of acridness of the fizz would make my pores close up in fear.
That did sound like the start of a really bad advert that you were doing for skin cream. The acridness of the fizz makes me fearful, but now, with oil of Ulay...
Right, what are you thinking? Is Maya telling the truth, or is it a lie?
My bit is the details, is the bring in the water. She said a bottle or a mug. A mug is that much water. That's not doing a face. And then you put the stuff on.
No, but it's just whatever's next to the sink. You know, sometimes you might have an empty
If you're doing it
Evian.
every day, you'd have a set system. But
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a very fastidious process that you're undergoing. But the idea that, oh, I don't know, that had a lasagna in it yesterday. Fine, I'll use that.
So what are you going to say?
Instinctively, I think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
We're going to go lie.
OK. Maya, truth or lie?
It is... a lie!
Yes, it's a lie. Maya doesn't wash her face in sparkling water. Xand, you're next.
I once had a race with another medical student to see who could wheel their patient to X-ray first, but in doing so, I tripped and I broke my own finger.
All right, David's team.
It does sound exactly like the sort of thing medical students do, doesn't it? So, paint a picture of the scene.
So I had a good friend called Andrew. We frequently, as medical students, would just... You're meant to pitch in and be useful any way you can.
And you thought a race was pitching in and being useful?
I thought taking the patient to X-ray was pitching in and being
Right,
useful.
OK.
Anyone in this room once you're side by side with a friend, with a human, you both got a human in a wheelchair, you race.
I'm glad you were still thinking of them as humans.
But did they not look at you like, did they not look at you like, I've broken my leg, what are you doing?
Well, no, I don't think they needed a leg X-ray. It might have just been a repeat chest X-ray or something like that. That they're recovering from pneumonia. It was probably something. It was that kind of thing.
So their ability to breathe quickly at pace is better.
They're not racing. They're just sitting there, like a jockey. Like a jockey.
How did they respond to this kindness?
They were up for it.
They were up for it.
It's very boring being in hospital. You're waiting for discharge. You're waiting.
Oh my God!
You're waiting to go home, and so a bit of action. The medical students are fun. We'd got to know them. Bit of a race down the corridor.
So what happened then? You say you broke your finger. How did that happen?
I hadn't wheeled anyone fast before, and a wheelchair pivots hard. And so once I started to turn to save the person in the chair.
Of course, you were in this to save lives.
To save the person in the chair, I then had to stop quickly and tripped over.
Did you have it X-rayed?
Yes.
Did you push ahead? Go, never mind these guys. This is just their second congratulations on kicking pneumonia X-ray. There's a total waste of public money, if you ask me. Do my finger.
Embarrassingly, I think I did.
So what do you think? Is he telling the truth, Roisin?
Yes.
Thank you. Roman.
I don't know if it's necessarily something that he personally did or if it was something that he'd heard about that had maybe happened.
And he dines out on
it.
Yeah, so I might go with a lie. I know, Roisin said this is down
I think
to
it's a
you.
lie as well now. I've changed my mind.
What made you change your mind?
Because it's a story, it's very conveniently about being a doctor. And that's what he is.
But thought about another way, because he is one, he might have stories about being one. You think it's a lie now?
What do you think?
I think it's true. I just thought it was true from the start.
OK, they're saying it's true. Xand, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Xand didn't break his finger racing to an X-ray. Roisin, you're next.
Oh, OK. I once failed an acting exam after my plan to impress the teacher backfired.
Right, Lee's team.
Okay.
Right, what age was this?
18.
So you're doing your A-level for drama,
Theatre studies.
theatre studies, and what was your plan?
The plan was I needed to cry during a monologue and I was doing a Dublin accent.
Oh, give us a little blast. Oh, no, because your parents are Irish.
They're not from Dublin.
I've met her family. I met her sister. I introduced her to my wife, Tara, and I said, this is Tara.
Who's very beautiful, ridiculously beautiful.
Yes, it doesn't seem right, does it?
I'll tell you how unright it seems. She went, oh, did you meet after he was, like, sort of a well-known comedian? And she went, no, before, which is true. We met before I ever did comedy. And she went, oh, did he save your life or something? That was unbelievable. I didn't know for 5 minutes. OK, so this was a sad monologue.
Sad monologue, and a woman, she's leaving a pram at the airport, and I needed to cry, and I needed the grade for my uni application. I needed to pass theatre studies. My plan was to use an onion to make myself cry so that I really, like Oscar bait, get the exam.
Well,
really...
you weren't intended to do the monologue and then start cutting.
No, I had onion in my pocket with, like, an entry area so I could stick my hands in. So I touched my eyes.
Without him seeing that you'd put your hand... just sort of...
I was doing my acting. I was like, all of a sudden, life's a mad circus, and I was just touching my eyes.
That was good accent.
That was the accent, was it?
That was the accent, yeah.
Very good.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
And so I do that, and then I touch my eyes, and then I thought, oh, actually, it's quite a bit longer to go on this bit. And obviously... So I'm not meant to be at the tears bit yet, and then obviously my eye starts going, and I'm just... like, trying to keep it together because I'm not meant to be crying yet. And then I have to get the pram to bring it off the stage. But I can't see. And I finished the monologue like that. And I have to just walk off.
Did he find out, the teacher?
Oh, yeah, she came up to me straight up and she went, onion?
What are you thinking then, Maya?
I don't know, I think dedication to the cause, but onions are that shape, aren't they? So you'd see a little bulge in whatever jacket and stuff that you had on.
I don't think she would do it. I think someone might have done it, but I don't.
You don't think it's true? OK, well, I'm going to say, then, it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. Right, Roisin, truth or lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. Roisin really did use an onion to make herself cry. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Martin. So, Xand, what is Martin to you?
This is Martin, and when I accidentally shaved off a chunk of my beard, he lent me some of his.
Maya, how do you know Martin?
OK, so this is Martin, and he once exercised my car because I thought it was haunted.
And finally, Lee, your relationship with Martin.
This is Martin. He freed me after I got my fingers stuck in a bowling ball.
So there we have it. David, where do you want to begin?
Xand, so he lent you a section of his beard?
Yes, so I had shaved off that side of my beard by mistake, and I needed...
How did you do that?
You put the teeth on the beard trimmer so that you have to adjust it.
Yes.
And I didn't put the teeth on and shaved my cheek twice. Zup, zup, cleared the cheek. Then I needed replacement beard hair.
And where does this chap come in?
I was filming a television programme the next day, and the problem was that we'd already filmed some of it, and so I had to keep the beard, and I also have it in my contract that I always have to have a beard because I have an identical twin brother, and without the beard, I look like him, and then I can't.
I don't think that would be a problem because you still had some of the beard. I think you'd still be distinguishable from your... Unless he had madly grown a partial beard.
OK, so how do you come into contact with someone? Is this a service that someone provides whereby if you misshave, he'll help you out?
No.
Do you regret your Brazilian?
Well, with the help of this man's hairy face...
So, Martin is a sound person or an acoustic engineer on the TV show that I was working on, and he kindly trimmed off a bit of his beard and allowed me to glue it to my face.
So how many days did you have to film? Because presumably you'd have to remove this hair at the end of the day. You can't go to bed with that, can you?
So, at the end of the day, Martin gave me an envelope of his beard trimmings.
Oh,
he trimmed it
get
off.
away.
I carried the envelope. I had to film for the rest of the weekend, in fact, into the next week. And so for about 5 or 6 days, I was gluing... I had some eyelash glue and I was gluing
Because he gave you an envelope of his hair.
So he gave you a couple of clumps on that first day, and at the end of the day, he said, well, there you go, that'll see you through until the middle of next week.
So, and he must have lost a fair bit of his, then.
It's a mighty beard.
It's a dense beard, I will say that.
His beard does it like a feeder beard, like it's designed just to feed other beards.
Yes. It's like...
Wholesaler beard.
Right, who would you like to quiz next?
Maya, this car. What model of car was it?
Mercedes 500.
And what made you think it needed exorcising?
OK, well, I have quite a spiritual nan, spiritual Swedish nan, and I was telling her that it's always quite cold. There's 2 seats in the car. It's always quite cold. It feels like there's wind coming in, even when all the windows and there's no holes in it or anything like that. And sometimes when I go into my car park, which is underground, I have felt like someone touched me a couple of times, just on the shoulder or, like, there. And so I told her about it, and she was like, I know this guy Martin.
And it's probably him.
She said, you should have a little chat with Martin. He does this kind of thing. He goes and he'll get rid of the bad spirits and stuff like that. And if it is your new car, then it's best that you get it sorted out, you know?
I got to say, you did say... So your nan's Swedish?
Yeah.
Martin does look strikingly Scandinavian.
He does,
he
actually,
does,
doesn't
yes.
he? You could imagine him on a hardwood floor.
What are you doing on this hardwood floor, Rob?
Being Swedish. Yeah, maybe. It's a hardwood floor for a while, with high-quality hi-fi, nice speakers. So your nan said that he does this sort of thing. What does she mean by that?
Well, he's a medium. That's what these sort of people
Well,
do.
the
isn't
medium
it?
is not the same as an exorcist.
Well,
is
I was
it?
going to say, medium isn't the same as an extra large.
No, I
To be clear, he is not a priest.
don't know. No, he
Because
doesn't...
that's your classic person who can do exorcism, is
Yeah.
a priest.
Yeah.
I don't think they do cars, though. I mean, I know things have gone bad for the church, but...
Exorcism is quite a loose term here because I know there are a lot of people that they clear energy.
Yeah, like they read your cards and they say, oh, there's someone in the room and that kind of stuff.
So he's more of a general...
Charlatan.
He's a ghost.
If it's true, I'm going to get killed, but it's not true because he got my finger stuck in a bowling ball and helped
yeah,
me out.
that's
So if it was true.
So, Maya, talk
Yeah.
us through what he did for you.
So I'm going to be honest, I wasn't in the car. It's a two-seater. He got in the car. I stayed a little bit away.
So there wasn't room for you and him and the ghost.
Of course not. And then, basically, I watched from a distance. He was shouting for a little while. And then he did vibrate a little bit. And then that was about it.
So like this.
So you were a bit
Like
further
that.
away, so did you see him just...
I just saw a shaking,
you're just seeing
bearded
a man
man.
in your car.
What was
Could
he
you see
saying?
his hands when he was vibrating?
Yes, that's important.
I can't remember. His hands were on show.
All right. His hands were on show, as far as we know. And
Yeah.
how did he finish? No, Roman, Kemp! What would your listeners think?
No, how did it end? He came out of the car and then he said, well, I've done what I can. I've had a word.
Done what I can.
She does so well, and then she gets to the end, and she's like, then he just got out, so see you later, bye, there you go. It's almost the last bit that you just
I'm
drop
having
the
a laugh.
ball.
I'm having a laugh. I'm playing along. But he did. He said he basically had finished what he needed to do. He'd come to the end of the exorcism.
So did he give you any feedback about what he'd cleared?
Well, he did. He looked at me and he said, like that. No, he acknowledged the fact that there was, in fact, something in
So
there.
he didn't say you've wasted your money hiring me. That needed doing.
He confessed.
That was a big one in there.
Okay, so what exactly did Martin say that he found?
Well, he wasn't that clear, I'll be honest. He just said it was a spirit. I think there's levels to this ghost talking stuff. Like it
Spirit
depends
levels.
How far in
OK. Now, what about Lee? Remind us, Lee, of your claim.
This is Martin, and he once helped me when I got my fingers stuck in a bowling ball.
Oh.
So when was this?
This was about a year ago.
And who are you bowling with? Family trip?
It was my son's birthday.
Oh.
What was Martin's job at the bowling alley?
He didn't have a job at the bowling alley. He was in the lane next to me.
Which finger got stuck?
It was those two fingers got stuck.
They both got stuck.
I know.
Wow. And above the knuckle, did you
Not tonight, darling.
Did you plunge them in?
So I went into the ball, like that. I'm thinking, hello, and then I'm thinking, I've picked up the wrong ball. Picked up a 12 kilogram, not a 14. I've only gone and put my fingers in all that's too small. My fingers are stuck. Oh well, give me something to talk about on the show.
So how did he get him out? How did he get him out?
He said, "Are you all right, mate?" And I said, "I've actually got my fingers stuck in the ball." And he said, "Well, can I help you?" I said, "I don't know. Are you qualified?" And he said, "No, I've never done anything like this in my life." I said, "Well, neither have I. That's two of us."
This is sounding quite romantic now.
Yeah, so I touched his face gently, but knocked him out.
Yeah. Then later he came round.
Yes. Yeah. I said, "How did you get my address?" He said, "Can I help you?" I said, "You tell me." So he said, "All right, let's see if we can pull it off." So he held on. The children held my arm as he pulled.
Right.
And it didn't work. So he said, why don't I go to the kitchen and get something to use as a sort of lubricant?
OK.
And he came back with quite a large tub of butter.
When he's gently lubing your fingers up,
Yeah.
and it's a man you've never met before and your wife's off and it's just you and him, what were you talking about?
Oh, you know, we were chewing the fat. And he said, "Don't, we'll need that."
Is that what did it?
Eventually, the lubrication and the excessive pulling and a little bit more pulling from the opposite direction from my wife and the kids at the party resulted in and out it came.
All right, so we need an answer. So David's team, is Martin Xand's bearded buddy, Maya's car cleanser, or Lee's finger freer?
I think I'm sceptical about Lee's story, but the problem is that the other two stories are, one is that he exorcised a car, and the other is that he lent some beard hair.
It's definitely Xander.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine. We're fine.
So you're willing to accept that this man took clippings from his own beard, put them into an envelope, gave them to Xand, and he then stuck them onto his face?
Rob, if you were to take trimmings of your beard, what exactly... And you had to give them to someone, what exactly are you meant to be putting them in anyway?
Tupperware.
What did you say he worked in? He works in the audio department.
He could work in the audio department, but also he could be a Scandinavian exorcist, I suppose. I haven't seen many Scandinavian
Could work in a bowling alley.
No.
He didn't work in a bowling alley, did he? He just had to be there.
No, hang on, he didn't work. That's why I was getting confused, because he was temping.
Maya, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah,
I believe in
actually do.
ghosts.
Do you? Why do you believe in ghosts?
Why not?
Well, because they patently
Oh,
don't
you're not
exist.
going to logic on me. We
No,
can
but
believe
I
it.
mean, OK, if there's so many ghosts, well, if ghosts exist, why are they always in isolated places rather than absolutely cramming central London?
I don't believe...
People have been living and dying in misery in central London for 2,000 years in that square mile. You shouldn't be able to move for ghouls. And yet you don't see them there in the modern office block, or with the plague, or being eaten by a lion in Roman times, or having their head chopped off for no reason. Oh, no, it's in one pub where a total of 2,000 people have lived ever. That's where the ghosts hang. It doesn't make any sense.
So what are you going to say, David?
OK.
What are you going to say?
It's 100% Xander.
Right, well, are we happy to go with that?
I think so,
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Saying it's Xand. OK. Martin, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Martin, and I lent Xander my beard.
Yes, Martin is Xand's bearded buddy. Thank you very much, Martin. Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, and we start with... It's Roman.
I had to secretly put my clothes on during a Zoom call so the pop star I was interviewing wouldn't realise I was naked.
All right, Lee's team.
OK. Just for David's sake, what is a pop star?
Someone within the realm of popular music.
Yeah,
Bing
who was
Crosby
it?
and the like.
Bing Crosby, yeah.
The pop star in question was Justin Timberlake.
But wait, did you
JT.
know in advance that you were going to have this Zoom?
I didn't necessarily know the time because I was asleep.
What time is it UK time?
5 p.m.
What were you wearing at the start of the meeting?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah.
You don't butt naked nap in the afternoon. Like, you do naked naps in the morning-ish if you haven't left the house yet. Full naked at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I don't think I...
Picture it, Maya. Imagine this with no clothes on and a pipe in the mouth.
So he didn't notice. You got through the whole of the interview.
He had no idea. I've woken up, I've realised I was late, didn't have any clothes on, and at that point, I've realised, OK, just quickly get there and put a T-shirt on, because I know that, obviously, it's only top half. Join the call.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Because if you see someone in a T-shirt and then you're like, what the... Whereas if he's all naked, you go, he's got out of the shower, he's timed it wrong, but a T-shirt, you think, why dress that half first?
I think, as well, me and him have the same manager, and she's very organised, and I feel like she wouldn't have let you miss a call, because she rings my phone like 100 million times before calls.
Yeah, but she's not as interested in his career.
Maya, this is very much your world. The way you talked about your manager, and it was exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm...
Because you're... Rob, you're still looking for representation.
Yes. I've been in London now for 30 years, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I think it is very believable, but I just think Justin Timberlake's a massive artist. You would have been prepared for it, so I think it's a lie.
I think when you call Justin Timberlake, there's layers of people, aren't there?
Maya, have you ever interviewed anyone one-to-one, so you don't go via... Can you literally press Zoom and now you're interviewing someone?
Yeah, I did Madison Beer, and we had her and me only on the screen.
You mean the Madison Beer?
Yeah, the one your favourite.
You have Madison Beer. David, she had Madison Beer.
Madison Beer, that's heir to the beer fortune. It's a big business beer, isn't it?
OK, what's your team thinking, Lee?
So what do we think?
I'm going to go with a lie.
I think it's a lie.
Lie.
They're all saying it's a lie. Roman.
It's a lie.
I really wish it was a lie, because it's actually true.
Yes, it's true. Roman really did interview Justin Timberlake in the nude. Next, it's David.
Last year, I was asked to remove my jumper in a restaurant after the table next door complained that its bold pattern was ruining their photographs.
Lee's team.
OK, so when you're not with us, you're a bit more bold, are you?
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was a bold pattern. I just thought it was rather natty.
Could you describe the bold jumper?
There's sort of lines like that, and we're looking at yellows and browns and a little touch of blue and green, and then a sort of zigzag thing like that.
Sounds quite 80s.
Well, you know, I think it's timeless.
We've never done this before,
Yeah.
I would have lied to you, but are we allowed to ask this lady to just stand forward into the middle of the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Could you stand in the middle of the floor there, please? Was it that bold?
No.
Thank you. Who were you with at the time?
I was with my parents.
So what did you do? Did you take the jumper off?
I did, I'm afraid. Because they asked politely, and so I did it. And I didn't realise how humiliating the request was until I'd gone along with it.
Yeah, it is embarrassing,
You know-
just the slow takeoff. Did you do a quick
Yeah,
one?
absolutely. And exactly, it's a very... Taking a jumper off is a bit of a kerfuffle. For example, before James Bond has a fight, you don't see him take a jumper off. Because it's not the right sort of... and its hair's got a bit...
It's the least attractive removal scene.
Yes, exactly. Strippers don't wear jumpers, do they? It's not the right... It's not the sort of thing.
Did they realise that you were the esteemed actor, broadcaster, writer, or do they think you were just a sad middle-aged man still having dinner with his parents?
The two aren't mutually exclusive.
What was the name of the restaurant?
It was the Ivy restaurant in St John's Wood.
You've just lost your working-class audience.
Cheerio.
So, David is really... he's asking us to believe that he's spineless. So, what do you think?
I think so.
You're saying true?
I think true, yeah. I think it's a true story.
Oh, OK, well, then I must go with my team and say this is definitely true.
OK, David, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. And I can reveal that David's team have won by 5 points to 1.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Attitude is everything for one troubled teen heading into the storm, surfing to survive. Brand new Storyville now over on BBC 4. Life about to be taken off hold for one family in Bangor, Northern Ireland. DIY SOS The Big Build, a brand new episode next on BBC 1.